And here we are once again with another episode of Let's Get Technical with your boy, Rasheed Wallace.
Bonzi is.
And we're gonna do this the little Italian way. Let me tell you about our guest though. This is a big fella. I've had the pleasure of knowing him for about the last 2-3 years. Met him at another high school All-American camp, and you know, first thing I saw was like, wow, like this kid is really good. He has potential, and he has future NBA star written all over him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Paolo Banchero. Welcome, young fella. Welcome, young fella. But first and foremost, I'm gonna excuse the shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm only gonna let you wear it this close to me because, you know, we cool. You know, you my young boy. We got a good relationship. But once you check in down there, I don't know you, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's fair. Like we gonna be beefing. I might come over there to your dorm room, throw an egg on your joint or something, man. We gonna be beefing, cuz.
This boy crazy.
That's fair. That's fair. We gotta live with it.
Man, we're gonna jump right into it, man. Let's talk about you, your life. Let's talk about growing up in Seattle, the hoop scene. You know, you got a lot of greats from Seattle that you're following behind. I mean, we were just talking about the list off the air. You know, you have the great Jamal Crawford, Doug Christie, Zach LaVine,
Brandon Roy,
Nate
Robinson.
Nate Robb. Let's talk about how it is that you're going to be the next one up next, and how do you feel about that and your obligation to be, you know what I'm saying, to play at a high level.
Yeah, like you said, it's like my obligation. You know, there's a long list of players in front of me. You know, and they all really like from Seattle. You know, Seattle's not super big, so like you see them all the time. There's a lot that you didn't say. There's Aaron Brooks, DeJounte Murray.
That's my rookie.
Yeah, Kevin Porter, who's in the league right now, Jaden McDaniels. Like the list goes on. So for me, you know, and Nolan, like we just trying to be the next ones and carry on that legacy and keep putting, you know, Seattle basketball on the map, because, you know, we feel like Seattle basketball doesn't get the credit it deserves nationally. So we're just trying to keep putting on.
Well, I gotta beg to differ with that. You know, just the list that we all were talking about is you got a lot of hardcore rock and roll cats on there, man. You know, and I'm digging with that. But share with us some of your workout regimens. You know, when you're on the court for the younger viewers, for the, you know, the sophomores and juniors who want to follow behind you, not necessarily just from Seattle, but across the country, because you're a household name when it comes to high school ball across the country. Like, what's some of your workout regimens you do for a big man?
Yeah, now I start with the fundamentals always first. My mom was a basketball coach. She played basketball.
Word.
She played in WNBA.
Oh, yeah. Word,
so my mom, she taught me the fundamentals at a young age. Watching girls basketball, you know, I feel like girls are more fundamentally sound.
Fact,
watching
I
them
agree.
play. So growing up watching that for my first 12, 13 years of being a kid, staying after practice, working on like mic and drill, easy ball handling, bounce passes. Like I still do that stuff to this day, mic and drill, you know, mid-range, like just easy stuff, you know, just starting with the fundamentals of the game. And then as you go, you know, adding stuff to that. But the base being the fundamentals, like that's really it for me. And just keeping adding on.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned, you spoke on it about, you know, your bloodline. You know, you got a rich tradition in sports, connecting to the University of Washington with your mother, who was probably maybe the best male and female player to ever come out of there, and then your father, who was a football player. So let's talk about that dynamic growing up, you know, with your parents who played at a high level and the type of knowledge they was giving you.
Yeah, it was definitely like, it was like a best of both worlds. You know, my mom was the more like serious one, fiery one. She would want to always get on me. My dad was like the wise one, always come with like a good, you know, lesson or something like that. But it was good, you know, my mom stayed on me. She still stay on me, you know. She don't let me get satisfied, don't let nothing just get to my head. You know, she's always critiquing me on something. And my dad, you know, playing football, I played football growing up. Like I was big in football. Like I love football, so you know, that's building your toughness, building, you know, playing quarterback. You know, playing quarterback. You know, this way is basketball.
How tall were you at the quarterback? Or just
growing up, I was pretty tall, but like I really didn't start getting tall till like freshman year. I was like 6'8". I played my freshman year. I was on varsity. We played. We won state though. Like I love football. Yeah, so playing quarterback though, like playing basketball is way easier, but it all translates to me. Like just making reads and stuff like that. Like it all comes in full circle.
Word. So now, here you are, you know, you're a sophomore, junior, you get invited to your first big camps, you know, some Nike camps or Adidas camps or Under Armour camps, wherever. And you saw yourself going up against maybe other guys, you know, you might have seen Nate Graham or read about them.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts like, oh man, I'm going up against so-and-so today. How do I play him? What do I do? What was your thoughts going through your head as you were going against other guys just as talented as you are?
Yeah. So my freshman year, I played 17s my freshman year on the EYBL.
Okay.
I matched up that year with like James Wiseman, Isaiah Stewart, who else? Kofi Coburn, who went to
Yeah, big
Illinois.
Kofi.
Yeah. Guys like that. And so I had to guard them. So just coming in like, I mean, I knew who I was going up against. I knew they was, you know, what they were in their grades.
Yeah.
I knew they was highly ranked, but I was just going to try. You know, we had a good team, so I was trying to win one and then just hold my own, you know, make it hard for them. Still being aggressive, like I was always playing aggressive, you know, trying to attack them, not make it easy for them, you know, not being one of those dudes who they don't got to worry about guarding, like really got to make them, you know, try and guard me. So just, you know, trying stuff like that. And then I think when I started playing against guys my age, it just made it, you know, just easier for me, just because I know those guys are in the NBA now. So, and I was holding my own, so.
Well, let's talk about that. After going through that process, you starting to play at a high level, you're getting your confidence, the buzz, then COVID hits. Now it takes a hit. You can't get in gyms. You can't really work like you used to. Obviously, like we talked off the air, you haven't had a chance to even play any high school games. What have you been doing, and how has your mindset been to kind of cope with this whole process that we're all going through?
Yeah, for me, like this whole COVID period has been kind of like a blessing in disguise for me, just because we lost the state championship last year. My junior year, we lost on a Saturday in March. And then that Tuesday, we got let out of school because of COVID.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So right after that, you know, I was coming fresh off a loss in the state championship game. Like, you know, I was motivated. But we took I think I went like 3 or 4 weeks without getting in the gym. I was trying to go outside, go to parks, get shots up, and then finally, you know, I found a gym I get in consistently that I still get into. And I mean, yeah, just having all this time, you know, free time, you know, being in the house, you know, it's giving me a lot of time to go to the gym, work on things that I wasn't as good at before COVID and stuff like that. And then having a whole junior season to look back at it and like kind of analyze on what I needed to work on. It helped me a lot.
Yeah. So here we are, high school All-American. You know, you're going up against other top tier All-Americans. And now you're starting to get those letters from all of these schools, from the UWs, USCs, you know, East Coast, you got your Dukes, North Carolinas, Texas, you know, all the big name schools, Kentucky's. What made a Seattle, Washington from the great Northwest, what made a Seattle boy choose, first of all, to go to school not only on the East Coast, but what made you choose Duke?
Yeah. So I would say for me, I've never been the type to like, I love Seattle. I always want to live there, but I don't really get homesick, you know. I don't have a problem being away from home, just me. And then Duke specifically, yeah, I took a lot of visits. I visited North Carolina, I visited Tennessee, I visited Kentucky, I visited Gonzaga, which is in the same state. It's like a 5-hour drive. And I mean, Duke, I feel like it was just like the best of both worlds, you know, with basketball and school. And then Coach K, you know, having coached countless great players, having won national championships, have coached players, great players who I like want to be like, you know, in terms of the USA team with LeBron and Melo and AD, like that. So him just having that experience, you know, him hearing his vision, what he sees in me, stuff like that. Like it just was it was hard, you know. It took me a minute to decide, but after a while, like, you know, it started to become clear.
Man, I hope you do good down there, bro. Except for 2 games.
He don't believe it. So you
except for 2 games, Bond. 2 games.
So you tell him you chose Duke over North Carolina. And was it like an easy?
Bond.
No, that's best with you. So when we watch your game, you know, we've been out here at the Allen Iverson Classic, man. Just really, you know, getting a chance to watch you guys, and we know who we feel like your game is like. But who do you feel like you're trying to pattern your game after? Somebody who you really look up to try to, you know, get maybe like him or just try to do some of the things.
Yeah. So there's never been like, well, LeBron my favorite player. Like that's my go-to favorite player. But I'm not gonna sit here and say LeBron, like, you know, that.
Yeah.
I try and see other players and try and pad my game and just pick things from certain people's games, you know. Like, I like Carmelo, just his mid-post and his footwork and his shot making. I like guys like Ben Simmons, get the ball for rebound and go coast to coast, find their teammates. AD with his offense and defense. Like, just big forwards who can play, make, and score and defend. Like, that's kind of where I see myself. But also I see myself like being more unique in my own way. With like passing and talking on the floor and being a leader, stuff like that. So I think, you know, I try and pat myself after those players, but then I try and like do my own thing too.
Yeah, that's not a bad model to take, because I mean, we all do it. You know, it was actually the first time I saw it, it blew my mind, but it was a running drop step that Brian Reese used to do all the time. It was a running spin move right into the jump, into a dunk. And I was always like, damn, how the hell he do that? I took that. And just like we said, you take other little things and you put your own little on it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
That's awesome.
I just, you know, Duke though, but you know, but you still my man though. It's still love. You know, my nephew went there, Trent Jr. So yeah, that's my nephew. But it's all love. You chose a great school. Duke is very good and high academics. And Coach K is definitely a respectable coach across the country. No matter if you like Duke or not, you got to respect the game and you got to respect the games that he's won. That I do, but. We still gonna kick y'all ass though.
Now we'll see
you heard that first.
But honestly, man, congratulations to you and your family, man, because I know it's big and I know the grind and sacrifices the family put through to get you to this level. So really hats off to your family. So let's talk about this week and the experience that you got from the Allen Iverson Classic. I know you haven't had much basketball, so I know this is a welcome relief for a lot of you guys to kind of be around your peers and kind of just play basketball and get into your happy space. Let's talk about what it means to you.
To me, it's a lot. Like you said, like, this is my first time seeing a lot of these guys for like almost 2 years.
Oh wow.
Shoot, I hadn't seen Rasheed since Nike Skills. So missed out on a lot, you know, with COVID. But yeah, with this, like I said, you know, we was kind of waiting on McDonald's and Jordan Brand. But I remember as soon as I got the invite here, I was like, and they told me it was happening, like, you know, I really didn't care just because, you know, I knew what this was going to bring. I knew about this All-Star game in the past years. So yeah, I was excited to get down here, and it's been everything and more than I expected.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. So before we let you go, I have one question to ask you. What does the term "ball is life" mean to you?
Ball is life. To me, I mean, to some it would just sound like, you know, how it sounds. Ball is life, basketball is your life. But I don't know. For me, it's like, I mean, that's what I grew up doing. Like, it wasn't even like they had to put a ball in my hands, really. It was just like, if something clicked.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, it was like watching people, like watching my parents, like, I would just watch them work their job, and I would just be like, nah, I can't do that, you know? Like, I want to hoop. Like, I couldn't see myself doing nothing else, never really had no other dreams or aspirations. It was always basketball or football, but I mean, obviously it's basketball now. But also, but basketball, it takes you, opens a bunch of other opportunities for you guys. Like, you guys is doing a podcast now off basketball. So I think ball's like, can mean like basketball, but it can take you other places and introduce you to a lot of new things and stuff like that. So, you know, I think the game of basketball can open a lot of other stuff for you. So that's how I think of it.
Definitely. Well, ball is going to be in your life for the rest of your life. So trust me, you keep working, young fella. So,
for sure,
man, that's not to be a wrap for us, man. It's another episode down, man. We got the man with us. So from Bonzi Wells, Rasheed Wallace, and my man Paolo.
Yes, sir.
Paolo.
We'll see you next time, man. So make sure y'all stay up on him, follow him, man, because he's the next one up.
Hey, and forgive him, he's going to do.